That's my microphone, I'm sure of it, and it's way too loud. There we go, less loud. Okay, microphone is existence. Microphone work. Update text. That. Move it. Here. That's there. I hope my mic isn't too loud. Overpowering. Movie setup. Everything set up. Yay. Gotta get headphones. Got 'em. Headphones are on. Okay, so who knows the name of this game show?
Or something.
Up next, front row. I hope you're paying attention. Lena is not. Front row. We have something happening with Will Wagner.
Yay! Something is happening, and I'm not sure what it is.
Hold on 1 second.
It's a game show.
I want to sit down because it's who I am.
Because it's who I am.
I'm going to sit on a chair, baby. I've got a good source on chairs.
I got a good source. I'm excited. I got a plug for chairs.
I know, everyone sees me without a sweatshirt, you're like, oh, music. I promise poetry. Here's the thing. I want it to be a game show. So there are two sides to this, right? This side's poetry. Okay?
Okay.
Your poetry.
Alright, that's perfect, Lance.
And that side is comedy. Can you just get us-
Hello.
Oh gosh.
Hello. How you doing?
Good. How goes it?
Living the dream. I started doing Toasted Tuesday and vending there. And yesterday they got rain. I feel like I might be like too loud. Like my I don't know if it's the fact because I restarted my computer, and whenever I restart my computer or I change the drivers, the audio level gets fucking like messed up. It's almost like the gain is broken. So I have to go from like 8 gain to 15 gain just for the audio to be like able to be heard.
I mean, you sound fine to me. I don't know if you're like looking at like a peak meter or something on your end, but you sound fine.
It's the peak meter in OBS. Like I don't think the messenger is ever a problem. I think it's just OBS.
Gotcha.
But that's okay. It do be like that sometime.
It do be.
I was so happy with my with my dingle comment earlier. I was so happy with it. I just was like, what are the chances?
Quality.
What are the chances that I'm gonna get a chance to use Dingleberry again? Probably low. I'm guessing.
Probably low. Probably low. If I had to guess, low. I'm like half doing work now.
I watched someone because I've heard about Balatro, but I never watched anyone play.
Oh man, Balatro is peak.
I saw it, and the person who was playing it's like, I can't believe you haven't played this, and I'm like, I don't play new games.
Yeah, Balatro is brilliant, and the second that they put that on mobile, I was like, well, my life's over. I'm gonna play this constantly.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, $15. I'm like, that's just enough to do damage.
Yeah, 100%.
I found those XCOM games on Steam. Like, Steam was like, you want to pay $150 for this game you already own? And then Humble Bundle's like, I'll give you it for less than $9. And I'm like, yeah, my dude. That's my humble dude. But the XCOM 2 on Steam, the thing that I like about it is it has so many you know, I'm just realizing something right now. Last 2 times I streamed, the broadcast got interrupted and it had to restart. So I'm kind of considering doing a local recording of it. What up?
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'll because I got OBS, so I'm like, oh, if I record it locally, what's the worst that happens?
Are
we
you
were
gonna
just
try
talking
and
about
stream
Balatro.
and do a local recording?
Yeah, oh fuck. See, I keep on like my mic keeps on going into the red. I feel like it's gonna be insanely loud. But
Might be.
But at other times it's not. And when I move the microphone, it's the worst of everything.
Hello.
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 Okay.
Hi.
It's Ernest time, as they say in the movies.
Hey.
As they say in the movies. As they say in the talking pictures.
I'll have you know, I did no research for this movie, but it's the first movie that we've done where I've played a song from it.
What song?
Gee, I'm glad it's raining.
Huh.
It's the best movie from any Ernest film.
I could see that. I liked Ernest Scared Stupid. That was my movie when I was growing up.
That's the one I watched the most. I only got to watch Ernest Goes to Camp on USA Network when they'd have it on randomly, because no other channel would show it because they're not American.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just what I assumed about USA. Like, I thought that Silk Stockings was just about as American as it gets. But this is, if I was ranking them, this is probably technically the best Ernest movie.
What about Ernest Saves Christmas?
So that one ranked really high in terms of like, because you got to understand, Ernest has 6 or 7 absolutely abysmal movies.
That's right.
Ernest Goes to Africa unsuccessfully.
Yeah.
Ernest Rides Again unsuccessfully.
I saw that in theaters.
Ernest Rides Again?
Yeah.
There's the somewhat racist Ernest Goes to Africa, but it's not as racist as Slam Dunk Ernest, which is the plot of Big Mike, but Ernest plays Little Bow Wow.
Oh my god.
And it came out before Like Mike. So Like Mike stole its whole plot from Ernest, from Slam Dunk Ernest.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why Little Bow Wow doesn't have a career. A lot of people think it's because he's not good at rap or acting, but no, it's Ernest hate. He got blackballed from the industry for taking from Ernest. There is let's see, Ernest in the Army. That one's atrocious. I don't recommend that. Ernest Goes to School. That one's just bad. Out of all the later Ernest movies, that's among the most tolerable.
Ernest does Billy Madison.
Yeah, Ernest does Billy Madison. It is, but he gets the kind of electrical powers that he got from Ernest Goes to Jail. Only instead of electrifying him, it makes him really smart.
Brilliant.
I've seen Ernest Scared Stupid the most because I owned Ernest Scared Stupid, and it was almost an introduction to horror. Because
Yeah.
Interesting.
they
It was.
use they
It was
use
scary.
sorry they use the creature outfits from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. They used the same one and they repurposed them. And so if you look at them and you're like, wow, why are those such endearing monsters? Because those are the ones from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh.
Yeah. It Ernest Goes to Camp is the only one with the original I think it's Tom and Bobby. Bobby is
Yes.
I think he's in a lot of them, but they replace Tom.
He's like
No.
the quiet one, right?
Yeah. And they're considered to be like the best combo, although I like the two from Ernest Scared Stupid who own the shop and they sell the troll away spray.
Yes.
So I'm biased. I have too much information in my head about Ernest. That's why I'm not a doctor.
I think the only one I really remember was Ernest Goes to Jail.
Well,
I think that's
he
the
had a
only
double
one I'm
role.
like-
It's
That
Ernest's
one was
double
scary.
impact.
Wait, isn't there one where there's is Ernest Goes to Camp the one with the wrestlers in it? The pro wrestlers?
No.
Is it wrestlers or is it Mr. T? Something like that.
I think Ernest Goes to Jail has a guy who looks like a wrestler.
Ernest Goes.
That checks out.
Ernest Saves Christmas is the one that's like that's actually on Disney. Like they didn't pick up any of the other Ernest movies, just Ernest Goes Saves Christmas.
Yeah.
And there's not a great reason why they don't put their best movie on there, other than the fact that its portrayal of Native Americans is problematic.
Hmm.
So we got that to look forward to in camp. I'm gonna get that going. If you'd like to join, there's the Discord link there. I have it pinned. I was gonna check my audio. I'm not gonna do that. I'm fine. I'm making sure I'm close to where y'all are level-wise. Jules might be able to be a little louder,
Let me grab my headphones.
but I think it's very close, so it's not even like it's that much.
Okay. So wait, hold on. Okay. I like that typing ASMR.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
I like that sound. It reminded me of like, I don't know why, but being a child and going to like the bank or something. Nice loud.
Oh, yeah. Satisfying clickety clacks.
Yeah.
Ambient click.
Fully understand that.
The money clacks.
I built my own keyboard, so everything is like custom parts, and at the risk of sounding dirty, I lubricated my switches.
Ooh,
So everything sounds real nice.
sounds like you're running a train on it.
It's the little things, you know?
A train's pretty big.
That's not what I meant.
Oh my god.
You know that.
Okay, that's fair.
So I haven't seen this movie since I was a child, and I'm a little nervous.
Big same.
If I was gonna rank the heartfeltness of the plot of Ernest movies, I understand why this is considered like the favorite, because in every other movie, it feels like it's Ernest and everyone else is also there. But in this movie, they kind of feel like human beings.
Mm.
Like the girl in Ernest Saves Christmas, you're like, I don't want good things for her.
What? I love her. She's so badass.
She just steals everything, and she makes it more difficult for Ernest and Santa Claus.
She just had a bad childhood, Will.
I'm all for understanding that, but in a movie where you got Tom and Bobby doing just in their whole gig is being in the same room with reindeers. That's all they do all movie. It's just them and reindeers. It's like, oh, these are good guys. They're not hurting the reindeers. They're terrified.
I love it when the reindeers are like on the ceiling.
Yep, and he makes the noise.
The noise and the eyes.
Yep, the eyes thing. Exactly.
So good.
Like, Ernest goes to jail, has Bobby pull his gun on Ernest, but still, the whole scene's about Ernest and his double role. So, Ernest goes to camp, you're like, oh, these are real kids, like, it's the only movie where the cast matters. Like, sometimes I will think that Ernest Scared Stupid is my favorite movie, and I'll realize I only know the name Kenny because that's what the troll says. So, if you would ask me to name characters from Ernest Scared Stupid, I go Ernest, Kenny, Troll, John, and Bobby.
And Vern.
Oh, Vern's only in Christmas.
He's not in any of the others?
Nope.
Huh.
Yeah.
They should have made that a bit.
Well, I think they included it in Christmas because he was in all those commercials. Like he was the staple for the commercials, but okay. We've teased Ernest Goes to Camp for long enough.
Didn't he have a dog too?
Rimshot.
Rimshot.
So I do know another character's name. It just happens to be an adorable dog who is the co-star of the movie in my mind.
Yeah, me too. Like, the dog is the most important part of that movie.
Yeah, I would argue it's Ernest the dog and a bunch of fodder that I wouldn't mind if it gets turned into a doll and thrown into that fucking tree.
No!
No, not the dog.
That's cold.
Not the dog. Not the dog. The kids. I promise. Like when the dog's in the tree, you feel sad. When the kids are in the tree, you're like, oh, this is part of the plot.
It's true. When the dog's up there, you're like, oh my god.
At the end of the movie, when he's sad and the dog comes out of the tree, they stop the movie. They're like, not gonna get any better than this. It's like a reverse Pet Cemetery.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's amazing.
That's why I decided a couple years ago that I was gonna put Ernest in all the Friday the 13th movies, because he's as important to the Ernest movies as Jason is to the Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah.
And so the fact that we watched Friday the 13th and now Ernest Goes to Camp, it feels like it's coming full circle.
True.
Movie o'clock.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh, it's a Touchtone Pictures logo.
Oh, God. So good.
They always have this kind of like plotting kind of soundtrack. It's like doom 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 ba-doom doom 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 doom.
Wait. Hold up before we get too deep into this. Anybody else having streaming issues? I'm seeing streaming quality 5 FPS on mine. And it looks crazy.
It says source 5 FPS. I could let me disconnect and reconnect my stream share.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
I was just like, this is like watching
still images.
Still images, yeah. Okay, there we go. 720, 30 FPS. Okay, cool. We're good.
Okay.
We Gucci.
Anyone hear that train?
Oh, my bad. I got my window open. I'll close it.
No, I was like,
I thought it was part of the intro or something.
Yeah, I was like, sound effect.
Benefits of living in New York City.
Oh yeah. That should be better.
Much better.
No issue.
Dankeschön.
Silver Screen Partners 3.
Hmm.
It's got to be demoralizing. Like 1 and 2 failed. Like 3 is the charm.
Not just one lifetime, but many lifetimes.
So Disney saw this part and we're like, we're not taking this movie. Like we made it 15 seconds in. This is gonna give us problems. Like we're not gonna be able to put this next to the Avengers.
You're gonna need more than one PR team for that.
Yeah. I think Ernest would have to rank in the most, like, top 5 important movie stars of my childhood. Maybe Life.
Yes.
I'm
Me
trying
too.
to think of someone who, like, other than Robert Englund, who, like, haunted me for the beginning, and then I was like, wow, he's really good at acting. Like, he's had a swing, but it's always been like, there's never gonna be another Ernest, but there always should be another Ernest. Like, why isn't someone doing an Ernest?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I don't know if you can.
Well, I don't think that stopped them in the 90s. They just kept on making Ernest movies. They're like, why would we stop? We have, it's like, if you have the best player in the league, like Denver Nuggets have Jokic in the playoffs, it's like, they're not going to win any awards, but they're always going to be competitive. Like,
Right.
we got Ernest. We don't need a script. Send him. He has to be insanely strong to move this ladder like that.
Yeah.
And it's real close to the ground. You could tell he just got off the ladder.
Peak physical comedy.
Yeah. Like, they don't have slapsticky guys like this. Instead, we get, I don't know, Kevin James?
No.
Yeah, that's what I said when I saw Kevin James.
No. The worst.
Like, I remember Chris Farley did an interview where he's like, I'm worried my comedy is Fatty Falls Down. And Chris Farley died, and Adam Sandler was like, I need another Fatty Falls Down guy.
Oh.
And I'm like,
True.
Paul Blart Mall Cop was only that. Like, they distilled
As a representative,
Doesn't
as a
compare at all to Farley at all.
true. No,
Not
that's 100%. 100%. But as a representative of that community, I'm happy to still see Fat Guy Falls Down. That's my people right there.
Well,
It requires more skill than just falling down. Like it has to be funny, you know?
Oh, true.
They
true.
did the mall movie with Seth Rogen and Anna Faris, and I'm like, this is a better movie than Paul Blart Mall Cop. It's like, he's a terrible person who takes advantage of Anna Faris when she's like on crazy drugs at the mall, and I'm like, I'd still rather watch this than Paul Blart. It's like serve and protect, or protect and serve. I don't know what.
This is what being a camp counselor is actually like, by the way.
That's also what being a custodian is like. And now I'm realizing I spent 10 of my years as a custodian. I'm like, did Ernest do this?
Well, he went to school, but he wasn't a custodian, right? What did he do in school? I forget.
I think he was a garbage man. Oh no, not in school. In Ernest Scared Stupid, he was a garbage man.
Mm.
I think he drove a taxi in Ernest Safe Trip. Maybe this is why I have so many jobs then. Like, if you tell me that there's a movie where he's an ice cream man, I'll be like, oh no.
I could see that.
He'd be a great ice cream man.
Amazing ice cream man.
It's tough to imagine a job Ernest can't do, because even if he
Yeah.
messes it up, you know it'll end up well in the end. Like if he's a particle physicist,
Yeah.
he'll figure it out in the end. I trust him. He'll just know what I mean right in there. Now those look like two kids who were from like a John Cusack movie. Like they look like classic Meatballs or Ski School kind of characters.
Yeah.
And they hate fingers. Remember when that was an assault? Oh, the 80s. It has a lot of the trappings of my favorite 90s camps movies, like the kids who you hate versus the kids who have it tough, and the kids who have it tough are the good guys.
Yeah.
But they're gonna treat one person who's actually like the really good guy like shit for 80% of the movie until they realize that, you know, they need to finish this thing up.
I don't know why, but for a half second, I thought this guy was Shane Gillis. I was like, why is Shane Gillis in this movie?
I just realized that they spell camp with a K, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'd do that. Camp Kikaki? That's a couple Ks. You're 1K away from Problemsville.
Yeah, you're
If
very
they-
close there.
If their middle logo was just a giant K with a circle around it, kind of like Kmart, I'd be like, well, that's another reason Disney didn't pick you.
Does Kmart still exist?
I think it might. Hold on, I gotta deal with cheap viewers on Streamboo. Ah, cheap viewers.
Oh man,
I'll
gotta
miss
get
you
those
most,
cheap viewers,
Descent.
man.
Thing, imitation. Look, they give me letters. I just eat them. It's MWRQBZ. Sounds more like a radio station than a person.
Shit.
There's something about the life preserver being over his vest, like his denim vest, and he has the swimmies. Like, what?
He's so old.
Why are they giving these kids vision tests?
It's kind of like Happy Gilmore. Like you can't take his home. He's too old. Look at him. He's old. That's a good doctor joke for an adult.
That's a giant needle too. Holy moly!
I think she relishes in this.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Definitely.
She's taking out her anger at her dad on Ernest. Ernest is just like, "How's your family doing?" She's like, "I'm gonna stick you."
What? Oh my god.
Now this was the '80s, so only guys could be counselors. The women had to be nurses or the daughters of the owners of the land.
Or both. Wait, are there girl campers?
I don't think so.
It's a boys' camp.
They didn't have the budget for women in this movie for some reason. They had to spend it all on needles.
I love it.
I'm gonna abuse kids. Okay, just get out there and do your best.
Another sign of the 80s.
Yep. Ernest's finger is already taking a pounding. That's his second finger-related injury. And the golf cart as the running gag.
Literally.
You know the one with the sunglasses is the cool one.
Well, you know he's Italian too, because they have to have an Italian kid who's angry. And it's like, oh my gosh. That's their like John Cusack stand-in on the right.
Yeah.
The kid who's the second one in, I've seen in a lot of movies. He was a classic movie kid.
He looks familiar.
She works at the place with them.
Yeah.
She's like, I
That's
just want you to know these kids we gotta deal with every day, they're hopeless. Wow. Oh, you know what he looks like? He looks like Styles from Teen Wolf. That's who he is to me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He's got those orange headphones that were like so uncomfortable and like had like when you'd put them on your ear, you'd feel like the texture change. Oh, hate it.
Worst.
Like I'd rather have his headphones.
Oh. These kids are so cute. I can't. I feel bad. Oh my god.
Okay, well, maybe we should start an Indian count. I don't know if we should.
Nah. This came out in
I love how
87.
these kids have no care for their own well-being. Why left? They didn't take the hands off the eyes either. Like if we die, we die. I'm not ruining this gag. Wow, what force?
Oh no.
fuck? You told him to do that. Okay, he's the villain of the movie now.
Yeah.
Even with his hat.
Especially because of his hat.
He looks like he's ready for fish. Not to go fishing, but if a fish breaks out. Okay, so they've set the premise. Everyone treats him like shit.
He's so sweet though.
Like if I saw that sad face, I'd be like, "Wow, I hope that nurse realizes she violated him." I can't imagine why they'd want to take down somebody who's introduced as fucking delinquents. He's the only guy who thinks it's not Clockwork Orange. Full Metal Jacket.
Oh God. That's a great movie though. The first
Yeah.
half. Cool Kids Dance.
This is our mess hall now.
Back when they would have those generic 99 jerseys.
That's right.
Is he British?
I think he's British.
I think that was
They called him Einstein. Figured he'd be German.
the eyes.
There it is.
Yeah.
I love how they introduce Moose as young Ernest. That wasn't even food on that could spill.
It was just like an apple or something.
Tray fight. Okay, that's they just assault him now.
Just
and they
more
team it up.
assault.
See, this is why
That's cool. Oh my gosh.
now another
He
funny
got
thing.
flattened like a cartoon.
Yeah, he's very much like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
And this is very much like the plot of every prison movie where they have to dig ditches.
Like holes.
Somewhere Blackstreet was like, "Oh, that's got to go into a song."
Ooh. Oh,
That's a good handshake. That's a good 5.
that's a good one.
Like that's the best acting they've done all movie.
Ew. No, no, no. No, no, no.
He just took that off the oven. Isn't it hot? I can't eat on an empty stomach.
Ugh.
What?
No. Oh.
Where did that come from?
Then it hit the ground and then got airborne over the truck. That's insane.
Now this is what I call justice, right? Oh, fuck that kid. That kid hates Moose. I hate that kid. You gotta wonder what Moose did to get lumped in with all these kids.
Yeah, he's way too sweet for this crew.
Yeah. You found out like maybe he did some money laundering or something. Like a
Yeah,
high-tech
that's
crime with the Einstein. He
Moose was
just
cooking the books, and so he ended up
and
in the
then
detention facility.
Einstein cooks the books and then he leaves them in Moose's locker.
Oh.
See, he seems like a horror villain there. And you know what they do to horror villains? To take them down a peg.
Horrible.
Oh. We're about to see my favorite broken leg in film.
Stannis Baratheon.
So the Stannis system is let people drown to learn how to swim?
Oh. Make him a counselor, guys. You know what they really need? Like actual grown ass women.
You know what they need? They need to take this guy down a peg.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like this is not a good combination of people.
I love how he's like he has a broken leg and they're like, well, you better swim it out. It's what you would have done. It was an accident. Okay, this guy is the sidekick hero. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ernest, negotiate. Mr. Tipton fucking hates you.
Mr. Tipton is using you.
I hope he's doing it because it makes Mr. Tipton uncomfortable.
It's good advice.
It's great advice.
He's the only one who's done anything camp related. Like everyone else is just doing jail stuff. Like this is more like Ernest Goes to Jail than Ernest Goes to Jail in some ways.
Ernest goes to PTSD moments.
Ernest Goes to Nam was on the chopping block.
Wow.
Couldn't even get Keisha Nam. Now this is also the bad guy from Killer Clown from Outer Space, which is funny.
Really?
Well, he's not the bad guy. He's like he plays the sheriff.
That movie always scared the shit out of me. I only watched it maybe like 2 or 3 times as a kid. So scary.
He looks like a wrestler.
100%.
After they made that model,
Just ruined it for dramatic effect.
that's fake Jay Moore and Dave Foley combined. Ooh, tight lawyer butt.
Oh yeah.
I love a movie where the enemy is capitalism.
Yep.
Me too. And boy, is it painful.
He's not doing a good job of holding it. Not really dangerous to kids. Styles. Back in the 80s when you didn't need license to drive.
Oh my gosh. When I was a kid, I thought this was like the funniest shit.
Oh yeah. It's the face. He has the face
It
of
is.
someone who's just been spun around.
And the noise.
'80s money. It's interesting. She used English to talk to him.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, that's socialism talk. 100% chance they frame him as an extremist.
Yeah.
What an upbeat song. Kids with pocket knives, the '80s.
I feel like it comes back later. It's like Chekhov's knife.
Oh. I don't like scenes with knives like this. I like that he calls back to the rabbit again.
Through the meat of the hand.
This movie, so much stuff happens.
Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Animal cruelty. Let's have it
Oh
happen.
no. Uh-uh.
Really not doing a good job of catching anything.
Ugh.
That reminded me back to like the day of Super Soakers, where you'd overpump the hell out of it and nearly break your arm trying to get higher water pressure so you could take the skin off someone's body. Like that's how pressurized it was. It's not even like you were mean. You were just like, I wonder if this could shoot more. Definitely done that before, just staring at fire.
There it goes.
The card is one of my favorite running gags in any movie.
It's great.
He wore his Bruce Springsteen jeans for tonight.
What? It's so evil.
Like, I love how this movie is also about the dangers of private property ownership.
Yeah.
They didn't even lock the door. Well, I guess I had the shotgun. They were hoping it wasn't a big guy who came through. Like, if he's smaller, I'll shoot. Sorry, I beat your dad.
That was so scary when I was a kid.
Just more assault with legal backing.
Well,
Yeah.
the guy, he had a gun. Like, right now they're really tearing at libertarians' hearts. They're like, well, he had a gun, but they had the rights to the property.
Ew.
No, this is perfect.
Yeah, he always has something like this in the movies where he's like, I
Yeah, the
remember
Rube
in,
Goldberg thing.
yeah, like in Ernest Saves Christmas, he's doing like pancakes or something, I think.
Yep.
It's like breakfast time.
See, I don't even think he needs to be able to control it with his foot. I think it was doing a good job rotating.
Yeah. Oh no.
See, I relate to this because I go a step too far and I take something that works completely and then I put myself in it and I ruin it. This is really like a quality soundtrack.
I wonder if I wonder how much money people made for recording this type of music for movies like this. Like, was this a good gig to have? Was this like somebody's full-time job?
It was a Disney thing, so they either got it out of like a bulk vault they have, like we need a quirky just set my feet on fire song. Oh, I got one.
Yeah.
Like it's
Like stock music.
either that or like the John Williams style where he's watching it and he's going, "Okay, get into the mindset."
That's what I thought it was.
Kick a key is short for kick a kid. Back to knife stuff. This is a little bit heavyweights in it.
Yes. I used to love that movie.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm also thinking of Major Pain. That's
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
Fucking hero. It started as sad, and then it turned into like a Michael McDonald 80s jam. Grasping that throttle.
Yeah.
He's like, I wanted you to grasp that throttle.
Hell yeah.
Peanut butter on white bread? Gotta
I'm
be fun to chew that without something to drink.
yeah. I'm a big time peanut butter fan, so I would go for that.
Luckily, fire ants don't go after you unless you're wearing a denim vest. For the other two. Like, this is. Like, this. There's. There's. There's no other way to say this other than it's fucking terrible. And I'm like, oh, I hope they send these kids back.
Terrible.
Like, this just. This movie teaches a lesson. Never be nice to children.
Yeah.
Except for Moose, I'm sorry. Be nice to Moose.
Yeah. Oh my god.
She's just trying to feed him shots. That's the
Who
whole movie.
loves it?
Yep.
No, he's not.
Oh, don't go back on it. You're pieces of shit and you got called out. No amount of half t-shirts can save you this time. Not you, Moose. Not you.
Have t-shirts.
Moose, forgive me. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Oh, Moose.
They're like, set it to electronic harpsichord. We need a real heartfelt moment.
Pokey.
You said you'd never do this again.
Oh, turtles together.
That's how you know they're from the wrong side of the tracks.
A damn golf cart.
I really should have counted the golf carts.
Like, we got to be over 10 by now at this point.
I I don't know how far into the movie. Like, what are we like? 40 minutes?
I don't know.
Probably about that.
Uh-oh, badass guitar riff time. They wanted to say asshole so bad.
They really do. I wonder if any Ernest movies have curses in them.
You're just watching one day and during Ernest Saves Christmas, you realize he says, "Hey there, fuckface." You're like, wait.
I bet Ernest cursed in Nom.
Definitely.
Oh, that was a dick kick threat. I know that. Like, I'm a Rochambeau you. Right now, that one kid on the left there is my nominee for wig of the movie. I don't think it's a wig, but it does look wiggish. Then they break into like Huey Lewis in the news wants to build a teepee.
Is it actually Huey Lewis on the news?
No, it's just that idea. Hey guys, we just put up sticks. 5 it up. That 80 cent is doing work on my heartstrings. What are your hobbies? Drilling for natural resources, shooting bottles, evicting people,
The libertarians are back.
libertarian justice.
He's like, I own many trees.
I love how his job is construction worker, enforcer, reloader.
Yeah, he's a henchman.
He really like on his resume. Like, what can you do? He's like, I can reload guns. Oh, that's a plus.
Dun dun dun.
And they poison their counselor. What can you be prouder than that?
I like how they just call it the Institute.
Their getaway plan is like, we'll escape the institute, then we'll build teepees. That's how we get out. Like, breaking out's the easy part. It's when it becomes Lord of the Flies. That's when we have trouble. The brim. They really didn't like his story? This is a little bit like the Star Trek Next Generation openings.
I don't think I've seen Star Trek Next Gen. Which one is Next Generation?
Next Generation was Picard and Riker's beard.
Oh yeah. Not a Trek person. Oh yeah, I remember this from the beginning.
Good news, Timmy. It's your confirmation. We're gonna throw sharp objects at you. I'm sorry, we'll also shoot them. No, he'd be a menace at dodgeball. That's what happens next.
Yeah.
If you can dodge a hatchet, you can dodge a ball.
Well, that's Dodgeball, the sequel to Heavyweights. That's not how anyone says it. If it's
No.
rock, paper, scissors, I believe you. If it's scissors, paper, rock, no, paper, rock, scissors,
You're
like
from
you've never played
Australia.
the game.
I wonder if they say it like that anywhere. Paper, rock, scissors. Oh my goodness. This is
Arson?
straight up
Just
arson.
camp shit.
Just camp shit.
I think it's fair game to light their bunk on fire. Oh, and it had his name on it.
Mm-hmm. Dumb.
Your boy's out of control. They respond to arson with violence, and we can't have that.
I wonder if it's because there was no like proof.
What a burn. Like, that's just a mean fucking thing. I
It's
hope
not
Tip-
your fault for being bad. It's my fault for thinking you'd be good.
Yeah. Like, I hope they take away the camp from Tipton. I just hope they don't give it to guns. The program is arson and don't get caught. Oh, that's Star Trek also.
Yeah. Wow.
You could tell that he's a real American country kid. Like, the accent comes through a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So this saxophone music is out of place. This is like some city kid music. Like, this happens in Big.
Those hands were so menacing.
Oh, yeah. That's a tough place to park.
I wonder where they filmed this. It's lovely.
I'm gonna guess, like, New Jersey, like the Friday the 13th movies. Like, they use the same woods.
Probably just the middle of the woods, New Jersey.
That's the Pamela Voorhees shack right there. Fucking Chief ain't got time for you.
I like how he just walked away.
He's like, I'm done with this conversation.
Looks like it was filmed in
Montgomery Bell-
Tennessee.
Montgomery Bell State Park.
Park.
Yeah, you were looking it up too.
Montgomery Burns
Yep.
State Park.
Montgomery Bell. It's
Montgomery
where
Burns
Ernest
State
goes to school was filmed too somehow.
Excellent.
It's actually in a place called Burns. Montgomery Bell State Park, Burns, Tennessee.
Montgomery Bell.
No, but it's in Burns, Tennessee. That's the name of
Oh
the
yeah.
That's the name of the place. Lying is so OP.
So my stream got kicked off of OBS. Like that's part of the issue I'd been having, and apparently it disconnected from Twitch. So I'm really glad I recorded it.
Hmm.
Oh wow. I mean, it still shows you as live right now.
Yeah, it reconnected because I had the restream set up.
Interesting.
No more words. He's done with words.
I feel like why are they doing this right in the middle of summer? Like just wait until they all go back to school.
Petrosite waits for no one, Jules.
Mm.
Know what I mean?
I gotta say, if Ernest gets lied to, that's fraud, right? Like if someone
Yeah.
misrepresents who they are, that's
I don't
fraud.
know.
Yeah, there's no way that could be legally binding.
And they move fast. Like that day, they already had the sign up. Those two sandwich types are knuckle and peanut butter.
The kids are like, finally, it's violence time.
Like, I didn't like this camp, but now that I know Ernest can get violent, I want to stay forever.
So much
This
better.
time we get to do violence.
Hey, we're gonna start violence instead of respond. That'd be Black Tank Top Joe. He's like the older brother of Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds.
It does kind of look like him, actually.
But he had that Arnold action villain haircut. This is where he shows he goes hard Italian in there. Like one of these over there, one of those over there. Child abuse. Because I think he doesn't really get many lines the rest of the movie. It's just hit sounds and then.
Mm-mm.
Kids are like, I thought you'd give up 150 pounds and beat him up. Guys, you don't understand. We need to do terrorism. That's what the plot is. I didn't write it. Like, the moral of the story was the people who did arson handled it right.
Yeah, they just have the wrong target. That's all.
They got away with it. They almost got what they wanted with the arson. The kids stopped their building project. The whole thing was canceled.
Arson gets shit done.
Ernest goes to the public defendant before he goes to jail. Like, that's how they get him in jail. Three minutes ago, I was like, send the kids back. And now I'm like, don't do it. It'll hurt Ernest too much.
I know.
Like, everyone but Moose, back. Oh, an all-time placement of a soundtrack song.
Hmm.
He wrote this, too, I think.
Stop.
The way he says pores is like an actor. You better cry. This is a wonderful song.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's like a velvety voice, too.
I would listen to an album of this.
Fuck yeah. No, you go. You're terrible. Get the fuck off camp. Take your
Nah.
head of an animal with you. You don't need that here.
Definitely the lesser of two evils.
I respect the guy who punched him right in the face because it was direct. That guy's just condescending for an hour and a half of the movie. And for like 5 minutes, he's like, "You're not terrible, Ernest." I don't forget that, Tipton. Coke, you better pay to put your product in here. You and your slide guitar. Fuck that kid, too. You deserve to go home. Where am I supposed to commit my arson? Shoes, not where we're going. No baseball, no shoes.
That was really heartfelt. I love that.
I just saw Sinners. Yeah, knife him. And they have a musical number in that, and it's like a similar in length, but I'm like, I don't feel bad for any of them. Dumb is cutting your wrist with a knife. Right there. And you're just in here playing with your pocket knives.
I think they have an Iron Maiden poster.
Yeah, that looks like it, right?
Yeah.
They're cleaning up everything, but they're leaving the Iron Maiden poster up.
I like that that's the one like that made it from their home to the institute to the camp.
Like, we can't bring that back. Maybe Iron Maiden did the soundtrack. Like, we'll only do it if we get a poster in there.
Yeah, Iron Maiden wrote, "Gee, I'm glad it's raining."
Classic Maiden.
The album version is so different.
It's part 1 of a 7-part song. Gee, I'm glad it's raining. Awfully glad there's thunder. It's all about the weather. That is time to wear a suit jacket at camp. We got explosives. We got a machine that makes lunch.
Oh my gosh. This is why I always have hope that we could topple fascism. Like
We just need a few more Ernest.
a ragtag crew of us could take down the fucking enemy.
Fucking great music. Like, this is what Rocky trains do. Like, this could be from Double Impact, where Jean-Claude Van Damme teams with himself.
Totally.
All we gotta do is turn our bus into a tank. Then they're definitely gonna win that prize for camp. I love the solutions, just like, we'll make a war vehicle. Today.
Hell yeah.
Okay, that's a
Violence
ballista.
violence truly does solve everything.
Well, they heard this music and they're just like, we got to start making ballistas and catapults. Well, they're not going to know who we are if we don't have a flag. Now, I'll tell you what I want to happen here. The assholes from camp show up, like, we want to help. And they just go, oh, go fuck yourselves. And then they hit them with the ballista. Like, I really don't like this moral of the movie. These two can be scumbags the whole time. Never face consequences.
No, but I like it because they are like mild scumbags compared to like the big enemy. You know, we all need to band together, even if we're kind of assholes.
But you know they just went right back to their regular behavior after they beat the bigger threat. Like, they didn't learn anything. They're just like, we can't let these bullies be the bullies. We're the bullies.
We're the bullies.
Fucking this guy and his eggs erroneous. Like, that's how we're gonna get him out. Food fight. Oh, don't worry. These aren't gonna be harmful to humans. We're not gonna face any charges for this. Who pumped the fuck out of these lanterns? Where's that getting power?
Oh my
Like,
god.
I'm allergic to seafood. That's what they're really banking on, the fact that these people are gonna be allergic to seafood or maybe bread. And this guy, he's just excited. He's like, finally, I get to do face paint. He's singing hip hop hooray ho. No, we're gonna get these kids fucked up. Kids recover from injuries real quick. Get the fuck out of here. These are two of our most expendable counselors. They should have just changed her station wagon into another vehicle of war. Yeah, I'm starting to believe he might actually be Einstein.
I've always wanted to like draw a map that was very important to the situation. That
Yeah.
will be looked at once for about 30 seconds by all my friends.
Yeah. Back to the Future kind of ruined me. I'm like, oh, schematics have to be very, very detailed.
Yes. This is psychological warfare.
One of my favorite gimmicks is, I think he just fires oranges out of a baseball cannon or something for the whole movie, for the rest of the movie. Oh, the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves took this.
Wow, this is legit arson, guys.
Yeah, if anyone gets injured, those kids are definitely not going to be able to spend the rest of their summer at camp.
They're going back.
Oh,
And
not
even
eggs
worse-
erroneous. Are those softballs or lemons? Seems like softballs.
Yeah, they seem like softballs.
But I'm impressed how he's firing multiple at a time. And this is why I think Ernest could have taken down Jason Voorhees, given the right circumstance. He has an access to an arsenal of explosives. smoke bombs. They're labeled. These. Hey campers, this is our smoke bomb collection. Don't open it up. You're not gonna want to set explosives off without proper supervision. They got no budget for counselors. They spent it all on smoke bombs and lobsters.
Just liquefying lobsters this whole time.
We can't afford having another counselor. We got to pay for eggs erroneous.
Eggs erroneous. Redonkulous.
Like they're just out here doing food science and calling it lunch. Oh no. This is the most dangerous thing I've ever seen. Like, any of those shoots fail and you feel terrible. Or if these
What
guys
accuracy.
or after being firebombed, if these guys accidentally step on one, you know.
Yeah.
The army version of me and you. Hey guys, we need more blow up stuff. Well, officer, we went to their job site, and this guy fought me after I tried to fight him, so we shot a toilet at him. Full of gasoline. Here comes a fucking porcelain cocktail. They're out here making toilet grenades. Like, what do you learn at camp? How to turn my toilet into a weapon.
Fox News would have a field day with this story.
Yeah. Who was it? Hamas. What? You could tell he got the line because he had the best mustache.
That was a powerful thing to have in the 80s.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna take legal recourse. He's like, no, I'm bringing guns into it. Okay, he's the most reasonable character in the entire fucking movie. He'll never find you. You drive such an inconspicuous vehicle. A bulldozer. The natural enemy of eggs erroneous. I enjoy that noise a lot.
Do you think that was like an inward scream, like an inhale scream?
Could be. I think you might be a little low. I'm going to turn the volume up on YouTube.
Me?
Yeah, just a little bit. Well,
Serpentine, serpentine.
Well, maybe it's their weaving pattern. Maybe they should have gone in between, I don't know, trees.
Finally, an acceptable casualty.
And all the lobsters rejoiced. The victory version of Me and You. When he said, "Let's go, guys," I thought he was getting away from the scene of the crime, but he just went into it.
I love that they just kept using the same song because they probably had to spend money on the rights, and they were like, we could just keep using the same one and just keep repurposing it.
They're like, we're gonna milk this for every single penny.
Yeah, good for
They
them.
only had the rights to that, and Gee, I'm Glad It's Raining, and their first draft was like Ernest sadly in a room going, "Me and you and me," with a frown. Take that, Coke. You don't even have Mountain Dew. This fucking funk bass that's going on. It's more like a prog rock bass, actually.
Yeah.
The kind of music you hear in Tom Selleck's Runaway.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a pretty decent shingle job. Hate to lose it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the cart finally stopped.
That's like kind of some high budget shit right there.
It's also how they stopped the big creature in Ghoulies 2. This is the Ghoulies 2 finish.
Oh shit.
Have you ever seen Ghoulies 2? And Eggs Erroneous is an explosive. That's good to know. Let him go. Sometimes people die in camp. That didn't maintain path. Fucking threading the needle. His hat is so fucking blue. It's like pulling someone out of a car wreck and beating the shit out of them. I love it. Fucking one hitter.
Wow.
Like Ernest's tricep strength has to be through the roof.
Yeah. That was some crazy backhand.
Like not since last week's Kevin Bacon arrow kill have I seen a tricep strength like that. I hope that's a bulletproof vest. Like, so he was like he gets the information. Okay, they're firebombing us. They're attacking us with flaming arrows, and they've just sent an explosive golf cart into our construction vehicle. Oh no, not a gun.
This is violent.
Serpentine.
Oh.
Now tell me why that's weird. Good. And if he had witnesses, this guy would not be shooting his gun. I imagine this is how Donald Trump Jr. hunts.
The most dangerous game.
Oh yeah, humans, but also like he has prey standing in one spot and he still can't hit it. The prey is just shrugging at him. It's like an emaciated lion. He's like, I can't help you.
I think I'm gonna go as Ernest for Halloween.
Paper, rock, scissors. Now he's gonna say the thing to him wrong just to rub it in.
Again.
Oh, Crater. Your lawyer is not doing anything for you anymore. He's tired of you lying about soil quality. And another problem solved with violence. Hey guys, we didn't have to do any of that. The ending is, hey guys, good news. They decided to make summer year-round. Except for those ruined cabins. He's very Bugs Bunny-ish. At least nobody else. And then they bring back the montage song. Like, I'm thinking of the song, it's like, brother to brother. It's like the same song.
Yeah.
I love that the golf cart that they firebombed is still rolling around.
Yeah.
Not even all of that that explosives could do anything against that golf cart.
That golf cart is actually still going to this day.
It's the Jason Voorhees of the movie.
It is. Oh, I love when they do this.
Okay. The song I'm thinking this is like is called Brother to Brother by Greg Allman. It came out in 1989.
Oh my goodness.
It might actually be by the Spinners, apparently.
Mm.
I'm gonna play that after this.
What?
Eggsaroni's made him an asshole?
Yeah.
What?
Eyes thing. Gotta get that in. Shane Keister. Fucking kicking Keister. Okay.
Okay, I liked that.
And
That was a good time.
And I think this is Brother to Brother, if I did this right. No, this is the other Brother to Brother. It's like a Caribbean one. I remember the one from Twins. It was this is not this is the Spinners, and it's not the Greg Allman one. No.
Nope. Yep. Nope.
It was
Nope.
just a cover of the same one.
Oh. Oh, I like that Crater's name in real life is John Vernon. And he was telling that story about
Yep.
Vernon.
Vern. I was trying to think of the other thing, like the original part of my brain where that guy's from, and it's Animal House. He's the bad guy from Animal House.
Oh, shoot.
Tom Kimmel. Okay.
I think that my favorite
It's the other one.
Well, we'll do our awards. I think it comes up.
It really it's really bugging me because it happened very similarly to how it was used in the movie. Oh, yeah. And I know the lyrics.
Mm.
You want to sing it for us?
No. It sounds just like that other song. It would be just like it.
I feel like if I were to try to explain this movie to somebody who's never seen it, I'd be like, well, really, it's about violent resistance against a corporate overlord. And
It is.
Yep. That is accurate.
It really is. And I like how the lowliest characters are the ones who are the heroes. You know, that's classic.
yeah, definitely.
Their criminal ways came in so handy.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I don't think it's I think it might be my third favorite Ernest movie. Definitely, actually. Behind Ernest Saves Christmas and Ernest Scared Stupid.
I like it better than Ernest Saves Christmas. I think that Ernest Saves Christmas is probably the more complete movie. Like it, I think that this one has its best gags.
Whoa. What was that? Hello?
What was what?
There was some like wild zipping noise or something.
Was it this?
No, it was like a zip.
Yeah, zippity doo.
Interesting. I was playing with my mic stand, so that could
It could have been that for sure.
could have been that.
See,
yeah, I think I have to go back and watch all of the Ernest movies again because I'll be honest, it's been so long. I think I only really remember Ernest Goes to Jail, and then I have I can picture scenes in Ernest Scared Stupid, but I can't remember anything from the plot.
Yeah, Eartha Kitt is in it. She's amazing.
Fucking. Eartha
Love
Kitt
Eartha
might be
Kitt.
the best actor in any Ernest movie.
Any Ernest movie combined.
The
For
only
sure.
the only reason I'm skeptical about that is because some of those Ernest movies I have blocked out of memory due to necessity, and I don't know if Rimshot might be the best because I don't know dog acting.
I mean, Rimshot was great. I had a heart for Rimshot.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah. You like really do cry when he's like whatever, a mud creature or a tree creature or whatever.
When Ernest dresses him like a little like Boy Scout,
I
and
just wish that there was more continuity between the Ernest movies when it comes to side characters.
yeah,
Like I wish Rimshot was in Ernest Goes to Camp. I think he would have added a lot to it.
like you could have had him in place of Pokey, but Pokey had a purpose. Like
Yes.
the way that they use Rimshot in Ernest Scared Stupid, and I think in Ernest Goes to Jail, is it's why he's one of the only recurring characters in any Ernest movies.
Well, is Rimshot in Ernest Goes to Jail? See, I have to rewatch that.
Because I think Rimshot gets thrown out by evil Ernest in Ernest Goes to Jail.
Yes.
Like who would throw a
That's
perfectly good dog
right.
in the garbage?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I don't think Rimshot gets a lot of screen time in that one.
No, they're too busy with slick back hair Ernest. Oh, we
like
get awards.
prison.
Awards times. 3 stars
Okay.
of the movie. It's Ernest, it's Moose,
Uh-huh.
and it might be Eggs Erroneous. Like, Eggs Erroneous is involved in many key plot points.
I'm surprised you didn't nominate the golf cart.
The golf cart was it was involved in a lot, but I think that it was kind of the Jason Voorhees. It was in the background, but it's like Jason Voorhees in the first movie, where it
Didn't
only
have star
kills someone
power.
at the end.
Right. Right. And even that we don't know if we think that was just like a
A
shock.
hallucination, because the golf cart's
Yeah.
alive at the end. Like, no structural damage to golf cart. That bulldozer is wrecked. Splitting wigs, Camp Counselor 2 with his 80s hair is my best wig, even though it's real hair. An award that would be won by this movie or someone in it. Best golf cart.
Definitely. I also honestly I really think that the soundtrack was good.
It was an incredible soundtrack.
Ironically, like, gee, I'm glad it's raining is actually a really good song, and I like it.
I would give it best original song in an actual award.
So would I. I mean, it was better than some of that like freaking Toy Story shit.
Like, you got a friend in me.
Yeah.
Is great, but
Pretty new.
I'd rather listen to Gee, I'm Glad It's Raining.
Me too.
I can't stand Not the Rain. The best scene is Gee, I'm Glad It's Raining for me.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Although, because there's so much like slapstick stuff, it would be tough to pinpoint one specific physical gag. Because like
Right.
he's like, and you can cut right through the meat of the hand.
I was just gonna say, as far as like timing goes, that one is pretty peak.
That's like the best line, which is the next award. So I'm like, I'm okay with that getting best line.
Yes.
Age the best, everything except for the animal violence, and the treatment of Native Americans.
Yeah.
I'm really proud they didn't call anyone a gay slur. Couldn't normally get out of an 80s camp movie without like one of those.
Yeah.
Age the worst. Yeah, that's. I'm not sure if the like the casual animal violence shown by Bobby just throwing those lobsters in there, it's offset by the
Yeah.
rubber chicken. Like if they threw an actual chicken in there, I think that they would get trouble. So they were like, we'll eat these realistic looking lobsters and then we'll throw in a rubber chicken.
Yeah.
Like that was a calming rubber chicken.
There's a part of me that like my Boston side that's just really mad that he was just throwing lobsters into his contraption and liquefying them and being like, "That's lobster bisque."
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it
like
was.
that hurt my soul a little bit.
I didn't even see, like, he didn't even have like half of a Bisquick like something to be the bisque. It was just lobsters. That's what goes in there.
Yeah, like the very broke person in me is like, you're wasting hundreds of dollars right now. Can you not?
And also, he was doing it just to give his partner a lobster facial. Like, he wasn't even getting it
truly.
in the container. He was like, "I'm gonna shoot you in the face with some lobster and fettuccine." Like,
Yeah, that whole contraption was bourgeois decadence. Honestly, it was.
and it goes back to like, hey, this camp is having financial problems. There's a good reason. I mean, they're spending it on lobsters and contraptions to liquefy them constantly. Smoke bombs. They just had a crate of smoke bombs.
Yeah, why just have a crate of smoke bombs? Like, what was the
They
what was
go from
the fun camp activity that required?
in the
Camp
beginning.
is like that though.
There's wild stuff at camp. That's
Camp is
true.
weird like that.
There is more like metallurgy in this Ernest movie. Like they repurposed the bus in a way that makes the teepee, like in the beginning you're like, oh, they built a teepee. I can believe they did that. Oh, automotive science to turn it into a land ship.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's somehow more ridiculous than the machine that liquefies lobsters.
Yeah, a mobile catapult is pretty crazy. That is a feat of engineering.
It is.
The best actor or actress is Ernest, although in this movie he doesn't do any of his characters, which is another thing that aged probably the best because some of his characters are what aged the worst.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Like when Ernest goes to Africa and is in brown face, I'm like, okay, that ages the worst.
Oh yeah.
When he does that in Ernest Goes to the Scared Stupid, I'm like, oh, that ages the worst. So best actor actress Ernest in a single role. You don't see him in a single role often. Normally he's playing multiple characters.
Right.
Best over actor or actress.
Also Ernest.
Well, that's the thing. I think it might be the guy making lobster bisque with the eyes. Like he did some.
Ernest could have gone harder.
Yeah, Ernest definitely
true,
could have gone
actually.
harder. He only did the ew at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I think it could have been more Ernest.
He also only broke the fourth wall in the beginning of the movie, I think.
That's right, and that's one of my favorite things that he does.
Yeah. So I think I give it to Bobby's eyes.
Bobby's eyes, for sure.
If we recast a role, I would have had that punk who reminded me of Styles from Teen Wolf, played by Styles.
Yeah.
Teen Wolf. And
I
I don't
think there
even
were boys, like too many of the same type of like sunglassy character.
Yeah, they all look like they were heavily influenced by Johnny from The Karate Kid.
And there were three of them that I kind of couldn't tell apart. You know,
Exactly.
no offense.
But I don't know who
100%.
I'd recast him as, like Ted McGinley, because he was the bad guy from Revenge of the Nerds, or Fake Ogre. Like Fake Ogre could have been Ogre, but I liked Fake Ogre.
Mm.
Who would we recast if we were to try and remake Ernest modern day? Who would you recast as Jim Varney?
Bill Hader.
That's a great.
Bill Hader. Bill Hader's good.
That would be so good.
Because Bill Hader, like, if he broke into random characters, you'd be like, he's not doing an Ernest thing. That's just who Bill Hader is.
Big, super huge crush on Bill Hader.
Who doesn't?
Ernest. So there you go.
Are they good at their job? Fuck yes. Ernest did his main job and was a camp counselor and was an arsonist. He did so many
really good at
jobs.
their job? The nurse. The nurse was. She loved her job.
And
oh my.
The owner of the camp or the head counselor, he's not good at his job. In fact, all the
He's
other
the worst at
counselors
his
aren't
job.
good at their jobs. It's just
Terrible.
Ernest who's good at it.
Awful.
The nurse is good at her job, I guess. Although she relished giving him needles.
Yeah, that's you got to have passion.
That's what I'm just afraid that's what drove her to nursing. She's like, I just want to stab people
Yeah.
with needles.
Listen, if you love your work, wait, what's the saying? You know what I'm saying.
You find a way to bring him home with you. Oh, and the trailer also promised a love interest, and I don't feel like in any way was either member, like no cast member was interested in any member of the cast in a romantic way.
At
There was
any
none
time,
of that.
At any time, yeah.
The
There
closest
was 0.
the closest I think we get is when Vernon makes eyes at the chief, and I'm like, he looks very interested. I know he's interested in his land, but at the same time, it's the only time that I see like lust in someone's eyes.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking when they the closest we got to romance is when he thought he was going to make all that money.
Yeah, you could tell he's popping one.
Yeah.
He's like, ooh, and even when the other guy's like, you could make $1 million. It's not like he's telling him like in a good way. He's like, well, if you do the thing I don't want you to do, you'll make $1 million. And the other guy's like,
Yeah, it was. I was just gonna say it was that moment tied with Bobby Eyes with the eggs erroneous.
Yeah,
I think those are the two biggest love interests in the movie.
That's
Bobby
true.
Eyes.
Bobby Eyes.
So the best food and drink moment is probably the eggs erroneous being the explosive that takes down a
Yes,
bulldozer.
absolutely.
Although when Ernest is forced to eat it and he can't throw up, but he wants to, and then the throw up comes from off screen. Like it came from the other side of the truck somehow.
Yeah, it came from like the front of the truck, which is crazy.
It's part of Ernest's like scorpion like teleportability, where he goes behind something and he pops out from the sky above you.
I like to imagine the viscosity was such that it just like bounced off of a bunch of random things and ended up over there and flew over the car that way.
Although Ernest versus Scorpion would be a great battle, now that I think about it.
No, 100%.
Because Ernest, he's impervious to fire. They set him on fire in the beginning of the movie, and then he just was no damage done by being roasted. Then he sets off that lantern, and it goes into the eye. It's hot as hell, and he just grabs it anyway. Just keeps doing it. He likes fire.
Ernest would be an incredible Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah, he got
I think
crushed by a soda machine.
He's like
he literally can't die.
He literally got crushed by a soda machine.
He's like Johnny Cage, but like the most slapsticky. Like Johnny Cage crossed with the guy from Street Fighter. I think his name is the guy, the one model after Steven Seagal. Like who thinks he's a tough guy, but just signs his own name. The weakest link of the film is probably the animal violence.
I feel like yes, but also that there's no I feel like there's really no resolution between the camp jerks and like I feel like the camp, like you said, it's just going to continue going on with their jerk ways. Like there's no love at the end.
Those kids learn nothing.
It definitely
the
felt like
kids
they
are just
cut some
"Yay,
scenes.
don't have to go back to jail or whatever." And
Oh,
I
you know
feel
what?
like it could have been so much more.
The weakest link might be the woman who introduces Ernest to all these terrible kids. She's like, these kids are
she's
fucking garbage.
horrible. She's so mean.
The worst scene. I don't know if it's technically the worst scene. It's the least interesting scene when they just kick that family off of their property.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
And the guy just has a gun and he's pulled a gun on
That
like
was
not
too
Ogre.
serious. That was too serious and too real.
Yeah.
I didn't like the
Insanely
mom and
dark
kid
for
being
a
there.
slapstick comedy.
If it was just the guy, I think I would have been fine. But Ogre's like, get out of the house, and you see like a kid and a mom running out, and you're like,
yeah, that was too much.
Although, like, it's a quick scene, so that's good. Best
Yeah,
double
that's true.
best double feature is the obvious is Friday the 13th or an Ernest movie, but I think Sleepaway Camp, similarly to Friday the 13th, is a good pairing.
Agreed. I love Sleepaway Camp.
Or Camp Nowhere
Oh,
because
I love Camp
Camp
Nowhere.
Nowhere is a good one too.
Oh my god, I haven't seen that movie in so long.
yeah,
I
I was
love
gonna make a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Andrew Keegan was my crush as a
Love
child.
Andrew Keegan.
So good.
I
So
was
good.
surprised he didn't have as much success in acting. Like him and I think Mike Dexter from Can't Hardly Wait. I was like, oh, these guys are just going to
Oh,
be assholes
yeah.
the rest of my life.
Absolutely.
Although Keegan working on Motorworks and Camp Nowhere and then going on to model in 10 Things I Hate About You, I'm like, that's range.
Oh, totally.
I still think Major Payne is a quality double feature with this one too.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because Damon Wayans and Christopher Lloyd are kind of similar in spirit to Ernest, where they embrace being over the top and ridiculous. Like
Yes.
Right.
Ernest does that in a world without rules. But
Yes.
Christopher Lloyd and Damon Wayans try to do it in reality, and I appreciate their efforts.
Yeah, I really do appreciate the big characters, like the fearless. They're a big character in a normal world, but like you said, Ernest's world is not normal world.
Is insane.
When physical violence happens to him, it's not a cause for panic. It's, oh, good, no one got hurt. Just
Yeah.
Ernest.
Yeah. It's like, oh, assault is fun.
The pet name from the movie, I don't want to say Pookie, although it is like the only actual name that we get
pet.
for a pet.
Moose is cute.
Moose is a good name.
I think the worst one is when that kid calls Moose Mufasa. I think that's the.
I thought it was Mustafa, and I was.
Was it Mustafa? Yeah.
That's probably the worst pet name for the movie.
Yeah, I think that's the worst one for sure.
Einstein, that's good
Einstein's pretty good.
for like a lab rat.
Chief.
Ernest. You could name something Ernest.
A lot. I think there's no harm in naming just about any animal Ernest.
Yeah.
Wait, I just realized the chief's name in the cast, like on the call sheet, is Old Indian Chief.
Wow.
That's a bad
crazy.
pet name.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't use the full name. I just call it like a dog, maybe like a golden retriever. I've seen a golden retriever named Chief before. I'm sure of it. Like a firehouse dog.
Did his granddaughter have a name? The nurse?
I'm sure she
So
did.
the nurse is listed as Nurse St. Cloud.
Yes, that's right. St. Cloud. Weird.
Very strange.
The best prop. I love me a good rubber chicken.
Yeah.
Classic, iconic.
But the turtle parachute is probably my favorite prop.
Great.
Or the golf cart. You know, you can't. But the golf cart's kind of part of the cast.
The golf. Yeah, I was gonna say the golf cart is not a prop. The golf cart should have had a name and a credit in the cast. Okay.
True.
What happens after the movie? The bullies, now that they are engaged, like they have, and I didn't think about it at the time. I thought they go back to bullying, but now they're kind of they both committed crimes. So if they send the halfway house kids back, the halfway house kids are just gonna rat on them, and then they're going there together. So
Yeah.
I think after the movie, Ernest is a camp counselor, but there's this kind of a mutual non-aggression pact because they all don't want to go to jail. So the kids who were bullies are bullies to different kids, but they leave these kids alone.
Yes. Agreed. I think that's what happens.
And the best
Pretty
life,
good. I like that.
I think the best life lesson is, problems that start in arson should end in arson.
That is definitely
It's a good one.
that's a good one. Yes.
And don't worry about the legal ramifications ever. Those things will sort themselves out because the bad guy won't go to the law. You will.
Yeah, the cops pulled up on a war zone and were like, listen, we just came here to escort this woman here with a legal document that says they can't take the camp anymore. And they just waved away all of the fires and the mayhem.
Yeah.
And like the domestic terrorism, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here to give you this summons, but I
Maybe
noticed
they just thought all of the flames were super cool. Maybe they were just like, finally.
I noticed
something
flaming
happens in
arrows.
this
Is
town.
that part of the construction site? They're like, oh, he drove a bulldozer through these houses. And there was no evidence of the golf cart lighting him on fire. After the golf cart exploded, it just drove away. There was no evidence of that particular arson. It was a perfect crime.
I do like the idea of the two asshole kids, the asshole counselors, going to the institute instead of the kids. I think if you like, you have it where they're the only ones that get implicated somehow.
Yeah, that's
in all of this.
That's the nice way to end it. Like, or if you have it so that the kids, kind of are swayed by Vernon. Like they're like, if you get them off here, there'll be a spot for you when we're done mining. You'll run the camp, and then at the end, they're all arrested for collusion, and they're tried as adults because of the arson.
Maybe some state violence will do them some good. Look at the other kids. We liked them by the end of it.
Yeah.
Like Ernest goes to jails now. Ernest visits those counselors in jail.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ernest goes to the institute.
Like he's at the reason he has to go to jail isn't because he's a juror and Ernest goes to jail. He's just like, I forgive these kids and I'm such a good guy. I'm gonna visit them when they're in the slammer.
Oh my god. That's depressing.
Are you kidding? It's better than Ernest going to jail.
Yeah, I guess so.
If I was ranking them, I'm like, if we're ranking people who deserve to go to jail from this movie, Ernest is right around where Moose is, maybe a little more to blame. Like Moose, I rank Moose as most innocent. I feel like he doesn't do much of anything until he firebombs.
That's right. I agree.
Oh,
I love Moose.
yeah.
He's so cute.
Moose is another kid actor who I was like, I should have seen you in much more stuff. Did you hate acting? Because there's no way acting hated you.
What?
When he shrugs as everyone's walking away, he's like, they call me Moose. Like, what am I gonna do? And they're the nice ones. Oh. That's all the awards. I think it's probably the movie out of all of these rewatchables that I didn't get to rewatch because I only got it on DVD recently. So if I was guessing how many times I've seen this movie, it's probably between watching it on USA and watching it when I got the DVD of Ernest Goes to Camp with Ernest Goes to Jail. I've probably seen it less than 10 times.
Me too. Or maybe exactly 10, I feel.
It wasn't available. Like Scared Stupid, Jail, Saves Christmas, double digits, easy.
Yeah.
I remember when my cousins, because my cousins for the most part are older than me. I have two, or growing up, there were two who were close in age who were slightly younger than me. And I was 3 years older than one, 5 years older than the other. And when they were gonna watch a movie, I was watching Ernest Scared Stupid, but it was kind of a horror movie. And the way that they exploded at the line, "How about a bumper sandwich, booger lips?" Like, you would have thought I murdered these kids. Like, they were howling in a way that I've never heard laughter from them at that point, even before. And I was like, that's how I know this guy is a fucking incredible, like, influence on children. I'm like, I don't think you can get that reaction out of kids without being, like, one of the best in the game at doing it.
It's true.
And I think that he has a lot of, like, really funny one-liners about, like, with the eggs rolling. He's like, "I never eat on an empty stomach. Hungry lion hunts best," type stuff.
Got some more background info here on the cast. So, fake ogre. His real name is Lyle Alzado.
Yeah.
So he was a former NFL defensive end, 3-time All-Pro, 2-time Pro Bowler,
That
and a
sounds
Super
right.
Bowl champion.
That sounds right.
Wow. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Oh. I'm still looking.
Oh, and Moose's character name actually was Mustafa.
Oh.
That's how he's listed in the cast.
Oh my gosh. There's gonna be a time where I find Brother to Brother, and I'm gonna wish that I remembered it. But it's a very popular title. I don't know why. I guess because it has the same word twice in it. And the patriarchy. But
Yeah.
That old chestnut.
Wait, so it's a song from what movie?
that's the thing. I thought it was from Double Impact because that's the only action movie I could think of where there's like, because I'm picturing the end of a scene of a movie right before the credits hit, very similar to Ernest Goes to Camp, and it was an 80s action movie, so I was like, oh, it could have been like something weird like Tango and Cash or a Sylvester Stallone movie, something along those lines. I remember it was an 80s action star, and after everything's resolved, they do a freeze frame at the end of the movie where they either do the Predator style handshake, like where their hands clasp,
Yeah.
and then it's about, oh my god, is it Gleaming the Cube? Because, oh my god, it might be Gleaming the Cube.
Yeah. Look into it.
I can't believe I guess I just don't think enough about Gleaming the Cube.
Christian Slater.
Billy Burnett, Brother to Brother, Gleaming the Cube. Let's get this going.
Stop. I'm not on the Discord, so I can't.
It's okay.
If you're playing there, I can't hear it.
I can put it on the other one.
Just play it into your mic, yeah.
It's identical.
And then now play the one from.
Yeah, it sounds.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I was
They're
keeping the other
exactly
one
alike.
running.
so similar.
Crazy.
All
Okay.
art is derivative.
I fucking. So now we gotta ask: did Gleaming the Cube listen to the soundtrack of Ernest Goes to Camp and was like, "What if?"
I think it was just that time period called for that type of song.
Like it's like we need to record a song in that laser background that everyone had in their yearbook pictures.
Exactly.
Oh, synthy goodness. I'm glad that I remembered the song "Brother to Brother." It was the title of the song, but it was by Billy Burnett. It was like the 57th "Brother to Brother" that I saw on Google. Big family.
Good call, though. I'm glad your brain gave you that one.
I'm glad that it finally connected the dots. I'm like, it's not a movie about brothers being an action movie. It's a movie where Christian Slater's brother dies, and they put it in the end.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like camp. You can't just solve your problem with explosives. You got to use your skateboard.
Brilliant.
One day I'll tell you about my experience with Christian Slater on an airplane.
Oh my gosh, did he have to act in front of you?
No, so I was really, really sick, and I was coming home from Guatemala, and I was freezing, and I was in coach, and he was in first class, and it was him and his girlfriend or wife and his dog. And I'm freezing. I'm so sick. I asked the flight attendant for a blanket. And she said, sorry, those are only for people in first class. And I'm like, I'm so cold. Please, I'm so sick. I'll pay for one. I'll buy it. I'll give you $50. Like, I just need a blanket. She said, sorry, they're only for people in first class. When I get up to use the bathroom, I peek into first class, and fucking Christian Slater's dog is laying on a fucking airline blanket.
Oh man,
that's fucked.
Was the dog sick at least?
They gave Christian Slater's dog a blanket, and they would not give me one.
Oh,
that's brutal.
And what year was
this?
That's
so rough.
2018. 2018.
Oh wow! So it's like Mr. Robot era Christian Slater.
That's what Steve just said.
I thought they were giving you like Mindhunters Christian Slater, like 2002, when he's going straight to the DVD rack.
Oh no!
Horrible.
Well,
that would have been real funny though to watch the flight attendant go up into first class and be like, just like snatch it from the dog to give it to you. That would have been.
I feel like the dog got the
cinema.
blanket after I asked for it. Like, I feel like they heard me asking for a blanket and were like,
that's even more fucked.
Let's get the dog a blanket.
I'm curious to know what his dog's name was.
I think it was like one of those doodle dogs, one of those big golden doodle things.
You think he names...
I mean, that's a cute dog. That's of course the dog needs a blanket.
I'm cuter than a golden doodle.
Honestly, it's crazy of you to try and steal a blanket from that dog. I think that's
yeah. You should have
really
just taken it from Christian Slater.
If I wasn't so sick, I could have fought that dog.
You could have probably fought Christian Slater sick.
Oh, definitely.
100%. He's going down.
Yeah, he's a little bit, he's not a large man.
I saw him do the movie called, I think it was called Alone in the Dark. And for me, and you know how much I love terrible movies, it's terrible in a way that isn't fun in any way. Like, him and Tara Reid are in the movie, but they're not in the movie. They're not in it. They showed up, they got paychecks, so they're in the movie.
They got a paycheck.
But if you asked them while they were filming, what is your character's name, they wouldn't know.
That's the life right there.
That's the kind
Showing
of
up to a
failing.
movie set, collected a paycheck. That's the life.
It
Well,
is.
I'm very confident that if you gave me a chance to improvise lines, I would. And that's what you need to do if you're not going to read the script. Like Rodney Dangerfield and Caddyshack, just send him out there and let him do stuff. When you ask Christian Slater to improvise and Tara Reid,
Oh God.
Yeah, they didn't send their best.
Oh God.
They did not send their best.
you're
Oh,
paying
no.
for it, but not in money.
Every line of dialogue, just brain cell after brain cell, just lost.
In the pantheon of Christian Slater watchable, like rewatchable movies, he has like 6 for me, and then nothing else. It's like Gleaming the Cube, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Pump Up the Volume, Broken
Yep.
Arrow,
Broken Arrow, yep.
Heathers,
Yeah.
and
Heathers,
like,
yeah.
you have those
Heathers
5,
for-
and then I love the movie Mindhunters because it has LL Cool J in it, and he's the best actor in it, and I love that about a movie.
Not the
LL
only.
Cool J was the best actor in a lot of movies.
Well,
Not
Val
the only
Kilmer was
movie
in
in
it,
which
but he
LL
died
Cool J
quick.
is the
And not
best.
since like Deliver Us from Eva has there been a situation like this for me. Didn't see Deliver Us from Eva? Okay. That's
What
fair.
was the one where they're like in a submarine or something?
Submarine LL Cool J? That's Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
Deep Blue Sea, yeah.
Deep Blue Sea.
But that has
That was
Thomas
good.
Jane in it.
I was
So-
just going to say Thomas Jane, yeah.
He's one of my favorite Punishers.
I saw that in theaters. Deep Blue Sea.
He
That's a good
also,
one.
like, I think the last thing I really remember him being in was that Predators movie where I think he's supposed to have Tourette's, but instead he's just offending everyone who's watching. Him and Keegan Michael Key are there, and they're like, "Hey, we got a problematic character," and Keegan Michael Key's like, "I'll do it," and Tom Jane's like, "I'll do it too." Like, don't jump the gun here. I was in Deep Blue Sea. You should have been more prepared for reptilian combat when you think about it.
Yeah.
He fought genius sharks.
He
And
should've
I'm
been-
pretty sure he fought Roger Maris in that movie 61.
I didn't see that.
It's about baseball. You got that going for you.
Oh, you're saying Thomas Jane?
Yeah. Barry
Okay.
Pepper.
For a second, I thought you were talking about LL Cool J, and I'm like, I don't remember that casting.
No, he fought football. He fought football.
He fought football. He did fight football.
In Al
Any
Pacino
Given
yelling
Sunday.
the movie about football. Any Given Sunday.
That's
Best
one
thing
of my
about that
favorite
movie
movies.
is the song Jamie Foxx does. My name is Willie Beeman.
Willie Beeman.
And all the ladies come screaming. But
Oh, man.
you know, those are watch-alongs for another day.
Yeah.
Truly.
Definitely.
We've gone to camp, and now I have to go to dinner.
We
Yeah,
gotta go
I gotta do some
else
dinner.
next time.
What do you want to do?
We gotta go somewhere else besides camp next time.
Yeah, truly.
Oh, I had a list for the next week of movies that were in the pool. Ernest Goes to Camp, I think, was one of them for next week. But we're gonna do, I think, Drop Dead Fred next week.
Okay.
Oh, I love Drop Dead Fred. That's a great one.
That's gonna be great.
Now, some of the ones that didn't make it that we could push back a week if we want were The Shining, The Road Warrior, or Brewster's Millions.
I feel like The Shining is good, but it's kind of heavy.
Yeah,
Am I wrong about that?
No.
Or is it like super heavy?
No, I mean,
It's-
it's very heavy.
We can
Yeah, I don't know. I drew a blank for a second because I was thinking about the fact that I've never seen Brewster's Millions.
okay.
I
Brewster's
haven't.
Millions is one of like the Richard Pryor movies I've seen the most. My mom loves Brewster's Millions. I haven't seen it, probably as much as See No Evil, Hear No Evil. Maybe not as much as The Toy, which is problematic in so many ways. But also, along with that, Drop Dead Fred, next week is the week that Encino Man came out. I know how much you like Casper, Jules. Casper's on there.
Oh yeah. I loved Encino Man too, but one of the movies my family owned on VHS that I watched 1,000,000 times was Biodome.
Oh, that is the Pauly Shore movie I've seen most.
I watched that movie back to back a couple times because there were no other VHSs in my room. Like all the VHSs were in the living room, and I only had Biodome in my room.
I wish that was the movie I wish that was the reason I watched that movie back to back with itself.
So bad, but I loved it so much.
Fucking Pauly Shore is another one who had kind of Ernest energy.
Yeah.
He was just California Ernest, and Ernest was like Southern Ernest.
I think Encino Man's a great choice.
Yeah, Encino Man's great. I would put Son-in-Law somewhere in this list too.
Yeah,
if we're gonna pop out with some Pauly Shore movies.
Like, there's 5 Pauly Shore movies, and the rest of them happen too. There's Encino Man, there's Son-in-Law, there's Jury Duty, there's Biodome, and there's In the Army Now. Everything else just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
So also that
I don't even think Pauly Shore would disagree with you.
No.
I think he wasn't he in Goofy movie?
Which one?
I think that's like
a play on him.
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually him, but I know what you're talking about though.
You know what I'm talking about though. Right?
Yeah, 100%. Hold on, I have to look this up because I think I looked this up one time.
Actually him.
Like I think the argument is that this Goofy movie sequel is actually better than the original Goofy movie, but the original Goofy movie has the song you remember more.
I loved Goofy movie. So good.
I love a good Goofy impression. Like out of all animated characters, I think a Goofy impression is more impressive to me. Like more people did probably Donald Duck, but like a nice Gorsh, I fucking love. Lost World Jurassic Park came out next week. Road Trip came out next week. Mission Impossible and Spy Hard came out next week. So Ernest Goes to Camp for me out of that list was the one that I saw that I was like, oh, that's a movie I grew up with. That it led me, like it was a gateway Ernest. But Drop Dead Fred over all of those, like Drop Dead Fred, I probably watched more because it was more available to me.
Let's watch that. Let's do that. I like that.
Also, Rick Mickhall, who plays Ernest, he's kind of Ernest. I mean, who plays Drop Dead Fred, he's kind of Ernesty too. He's very slapsticky in what he does, and he's silly, but he's a little bit more on the gross out side of silly. Like he leans into the Exeronius.
Ugh. Ugh.
Oh, so that character in a Goofy movie, it was Pauly Shore, but he was not credited in the cast. That's why this was a thing for me, because I remember looking this up and being like, where's his name?
Yeah.
But yeah. He actually was the character, but he wasn't credited.
That's mean. They should credit him. That's where I know him from.
They were penalizing him for Biodome. And they ranked that movie as being bad in terms of like...
It was bad, Will. It was. We just liked it.
So, if you're going to call it bad, compared to other Pauly Shore movies, like, you can't call it the worst Pauly Shore movie. Andy Dick was in the Army Now. Like, to have someone who's worse than Stephen Baldwin takes fucking talent.
You shut your trap. I love Stephen Baldwin.
Okay, I have seen at least 3 performances from Stephen Baldwin. Usual Suspects.
Usual Suspects, yeah.
Usual Suspects, so good.
Right? Is it better than Biodome? Probably. Okay.
Probably. I mean, if we're gonna rate it objectively.
And then he had a movie where him and the girl who played Buffy the Vampire, Christy Swanson, they play a swingers couple in an HBO, we'd only show this late at night kind of movie. Like it's like we're not gonna pay for real porn. It's when HBO was more like we're Skinamax Light. or heavy, depending. Like they would do real sex, or they would just have like shows like Arliss, where Robert Wool needed to fuck every episode. And then
And HBO did so much for. Wait, is his name actually Arliss? Robert Arliss? Is that
Robert Wool.
Robert Wool? That's that. Okay. Yeah, HBO did so much for that man.
Yeah. And what's interesting is I didn't have like Cinemax movie channel stuff, and a friend of mine did. And so I'd go over there, and we'd be flipping through channels, and there would be movies on there like the Bikini Car Wash Company. And I was like, wait a second. You don't got to watch failed actors have like terrible sex. You get to watch people who didn't succeed at acting at all, but will get naked on camera for money. You get to watch that? Like they just have it on your movie channel?
It was a wild time.
I thought we had to wait 10 years after, like, Gabriel Byrne was done acting and he'll end up being an assassin. Like in some kind of deep cover HBO, we have 90 minutes to fill movie. But Drop Dead Fred next week is a good
Love
plan.
it. Love it.
I think Melissa's gonna join us for Drop Dead Fred, because that was the movie that she suggested. Like she's like, if you're gonna do watch along, Drop Dead Fred is wheelhouse. I'm like,
Hell yeah, get her, make her. You made her a thing too, right?
yeah, did I send it to you? The multicolored one?
Good. It looks really good.
Yeah, it came out really good. And I just want you to know that that company that charged me like 30 credits of development of stuff, they gave me 300 as a I'm sorry. And they told me about how like coming up with the examples is in a price model. So I just want them to know I'm going to go from a private Google browsing account, and I'm going to look up every fucking picture I want to use in the free version. I'm going to do that. And I'm never going to get charged a credit for it. I'm going to find the one I like, then go into my regular browser and look up just that one, and it's going to cost me 1 credit. And I just want them to know that I appreciate them giving me the 300 credits, but if you didn't solve the problem, I'm going to solve it.
Smart.
So thank you, company.
Smart.
Yeah, no more 24 credits looking up options. Be like buying a car that you haven't test drove.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Hi.
I will catch you on a flippy floppy. Have a
Okay.
Later,
Bye,
y'all.
guys.
good. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that's the end of that trick. Might wind up playing video games, but it's currently Nick's time and food time. So I'm going to eat the Knicks.